Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Christine, and I am a life coach with True Purpose Life Coaching. And I'll tell you what, I'm in my office, and what started this idea for this podcast, so as I was picking up in the office and deciding that I wanted to make some changes and give it a new vibe with some different decoration, just kind of was relaxing and letting my mind wander, letting it go to places that usually doesn't go to. And I kind of realized out of the blue that I'm getting a little bit shady over here. I'm starting to go down a rabbit hole. And with that being said, I thought, whoa, that's pretty powerful. That's something that I should talk about on the segment of Unsuccessful, things that hold us back from obtaining our dreams, our goals, whether it's relationships, financial, whatever it may be. But self-talk, how we talk to ourselves, is a huge, huge thing. Let me start off by saying words have power. Words hold more power than I think that most of us realize, that we give much thought to. It's biblical. I'll just go there with you. That is how strong words are. It's even in the Bible, right? So the words that we tell ourselves when we are trying to achieve something, when we start questioning our capabilities, what it is that we want to do, how we're going to go about doing it, having the knowledge, the self-confidence, and the perseverance to do it. And of course, how we talk to ourselves on the journey can actually make or break us, make the journey easier or harder, however you want to look at it. Here's the deal. If you are in a season, I don't say it like that, because I think all of us have been here. We've all done this. So if you're in a season where you are lacking a little bit of confidence, maybe you've taken a hit or two on something and you're just not really feeling your strength and your power, right? And so you start second guessing yourself and you start telling yourself, maybe I can't do this. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Did I sound this way? Should I go that way? What are they going to think? I mean, how many of us have walked out of a room after having a conversation, got in our car, got our seatbelt on, started driving down the road, and started second guessing the words that we said, how we sounded? I think we've all done that. Don't tell me I'm the only one, that's for sure. But with that being said, what do you tell yourself at that point? Is it, now you sounded fine, you made sense, you got to the point, you did well? Or, oh my gosh, I hope I didn't sound like a fool. I hope I didn't say, too much, or too much. I hope I didn't do this, that. And start really picking yourself apart. Now, this is really getting down to the nuts and bolts. We're getting real with this. How you choose to speak to yourself can actually change the path of your life. The risks that you take, the goals that you desire and feel that you are capable of achieving, and actually controlling an element of fear that will keep you and block you from your goals. Because fear does bleed into this as well. Believe me on that. You may not realize it, but this all stems from something, and fear is one of them. We've already talked about fear in this segment of Unsuccessful. All right. So here it is again. So here's my challenge, if this resonates with you at all. I challenge you to, when you recognize, as soon as you recognize that moment that your mind is going negative, that your self-talk is becoming negative, you stop it. I don't care how you stop it. I personally have done this by saying, I'm giving it to God. I'm done with it. I'm not thinking about it, and actually do it. Just be done with it. Insist on it. Don't let your mind go there, and replace with something positive. But the bottom line is give that thought away. End it. Don't let it take hold in your mind. If you continuously do this, a week or so may pass, and I'm going to tell you what, I have experienced this, and it is an amazing thing. You're going to realize you don't think that anymore. You're going to realize it's not a challenge anymore. Somehow, somewhere along the line, you stopped thinking like that. This is how you start changing the way that you think. Your point of view starts changing, your POV, all right? Well, enough about that. I think you get where I'm going, but let's go ahead and talk about the other. The importance of whom you surround yourself by. Now, this can get a little bit touchy because sometimes you can't just shift your crowd. Sometimes the challenge may be in your own household, but we'll get to that. As I was saying, who you surround yourself by, who feeds you. Not only what do they feed you, but what are you feeding others as well? Are you coming across positive, encouraging? Because if you're coming across negative and discouraging, you might want to stop and take a look at that. See what you're feeding others. Because when it's their turn to feed you, guess what? They're going to give you the same poison. If you're surrounding yourself by those who do not encourage you, who do not lift you up, who do not help you strive forward, and you're surrounding yourself by naysayers, doubters, negative thinkers, this can hinder you greatly. There is power in words, but there's definitely power in silence. If you know somebody is in a negative frame of mind, if you know that they're going to steal the enthusiasm and joy and your creativity towards something, that you may not want to share it with them. It is okay to keep these things to yourself. Allow it to build power. Allow it to unfold in your mind. Allow it enough room for you to create it, to become successful with it. When something's already successful and someone finds out about it, it's really hard to speak negatively on it. They can. A lot of people will find a way, but it just kind of loses its power. That's where I'm going with that. It will benefit you, I would think, to start looking for your tribe, those with like minds that will encourage you, help you strive forward, help you succeed. Again, it is very important what you feed others, what others are feeding you. You want it to be reciprocal. You want it to be in a positive, encouraging way. Now, like I said before in the very beginning of this part of this segment, part of this podcast, that, hey, what if I live with this individual? What if it is a parent? What if it is a spouse? I would say, first off, maybe you want to sit down and talk to them about their negativity and how it's affecting you. Communication is key. If this is something that is not actually realistic for you, then maybe, again, silence is a powerful thing. Keeping things on the DL, as they like to say, on the down low. So you got to do what is right for you and definitely do what you want. But this is just thoughts that I've had as I'm wiping up dust and moving and shifting things around and throwing away things that are no longer useful. And just wanted to share it with you. So if you find it useful, please go ahead and give me a comment. I'd love to know who my audience is, and we'll see you next time.